So yeah, childhood trauma again. So in the last thing, I was talking about how like I was getting assistance, and one of my aunts was actually kind of helping me out, uh, so that I could like get out of there and get my own space. And we were going through like we were communicating through my mom because she wouldn't answer me directly, or whatever the case was. And so my mom got pissed off and she was just like, why are you talking to her through me? Why are you telling me like she was already on the phone with her right now. Like and I needed information so that I could figure out what the hell else I was going to do. And she's like, I'm not getting anything out of this. So why are you going through me? And it's really like annoying that you guys can't talk to each other or some shit like that. And I didn't actually mean to say what I said. It just came out of my mouth. Like I went to the sunken place and something took over my mouth and spoke for me. And I was just like, it's really fucking annoying that anytime anybody gets a leg up, you get all jealous and you act like they don't fucking deserve it. And I froze. And I was like, "Oh shit. That was not me. That was not my that was not me. I didn't do that." And when I came back, I was just like, mm. And it's funny because like I never called them out. And from that moment, she scrambled. She did everything she could to make it seem like she wasn't working against me. And that leads into some codependency issues that I used to have. And I'm going to tell the levels at which I had been forced into codependency by her. So, starting with one of my earliest memories, I am going to say, yeah, I had just turned 14. I got a message in the mail because we lived in Florida, and the youngest you could get your permit in Florida was at 14. And I was like, my aunt was there, my cousin was there, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool because it's like my birthday. And like, they sent me this message saying, hey, by the way, you can go ahead and start like getting your permit so that you can learn to drive. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like, and I was like, so excited. And my mom was just like, I don't think I'm ready for you to do that yet. And I was like, okay, but the permit said, like, the little paper said that I can get my permit or whatever. And then my aunt started talking to her daughter about how, oh, yeah, I'm going to get you a whole new car for your birthday so that you can learn to drive when you're 16 or whatever. We got to get you because my cousin was only like, I think a year or two younger than me. And so, yeah, my aunt started planning because, like, oh, yeah, that reminds me. And a whole new car and stuff. And my mom was like, oh, well, I'll just give you my car when you're ready to drive and stuff like that. I'll just give you your car or my car, and then I'll get a new car or whatever. And I was just like, I was upset, but a normal teenager would be upset. You're hearing your cousin is getting a new car, and your mom saying you're gonna give her you're gonna get her old car. Uh, so yeah, that was annoying, but whatever. Then she ended up actually losing that car because it got repoed and ended up having to get an even older, more beat up car to do our move across states. Now, her job area was being repurposed to another state, and so she either had to find another job or move. She chose to move all the way away from another family, halfway across the fucking continent from all of our family. Because, from my perspective now as an adult, I think she did that so that nobody else would offer to teach me to drive. So yeah, we moved across continents. So then it's just me, my siblings, my nana, and my mom. And when I tried to get a job at 16, I had to go with a friend, putting in applications, which honestly, for one of those applications, I think the hostess or waitress that was standing there, I think she actually ended up throwing away my application because I never got a call from the dude. And I didn't want one because I picked up that he was a creeper and I was underage. And so if she ever even sees this or anything, either way, I'm fucking grateful for her because I did pick up on the fact that he was a creep. And I, because like he was saying, oh yeah, we're very interested in hiring you, but he never looked at the paper. He like it was my friend's application that was on the top. He never looked down at the paper. And because of me and how I was raised, and I was raised never to say no and to people please, I didn't say anything. And I wouldn't have done anything if I did get that job. Lo and behold, I actually didn't get any job because, I have to have transportation. And then my mom was just like exasperated, like, oh, that's a lot of work for me because I have to work all the time to provide for all four of you and, your Nana too because, she's not working and all of that stuff. And blah, 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 excuses, excuses. I couldn't get a job. Fine. I was only 16 at the time anyway. Got older. Turned 18. Okay, I really need a job and I really need a car. And that's when, I said in a previous video, she's like, oh, you owe me back for life. When I told her I would pay my half of the insurance. And I was just like, I just need a job. That's all I need is a job. And for you to teach me to drive. That's it. And then you don't have to worry about me anymore. And then she's like, oh, I'm not ready for you to drive. It's so expensive and it's so much of a hassle and all of that shit. And lo and behold, I didn't have a job until I had graduated high school. I graduated high school, and now all of a sudden, me not having a job was a problem, or going to college, which I never got any kind of college help that anybody would ever do. We were poor. I kept being told that we could not afford it. And I didn't do any extracurriculars to actually make myself look good. I kept getting all of these acceptance letters for colleges I never fucking applied for, but they were so far away. There was no way she was gonna let me go that far. And so I pretended like I wasn't fucking interested in getting the fuck out of there. And so she harasses me so much because I am exhausted and I'm trying to fucking rest now that I don't have schoolwork and homework to sit here and keep up with on top of all the housework. And the housework is still hard for me because everything is fucking hard for me and I'm just trying to catch up on rest because I'm overdoing shit and I'm taking care of kids like they're fucking mine. But because I'm not in school now, I have all the time in the fucking world. Still asking her, by the way, at 19 if I can leave the fucking house. And now she decides after she starts college that I need to do something or else. And so I'm stressed because I have nothing. I have no experience. I have nothing. I don't even have a fucking bank account at this point. And so I choose to go to the I didn't choose. She forced me to go to the college that she went to. And so I get into medical assisting. Cool, fine. I can get into medical assisting, become a nurse, and get the fuck up out of this fucking bitch. She still refuses to teach me to drive no matter how many times I ask her. And her go-to thing was, oh, you're not mature enough. When I would get pissed off that she was saying nothing. She wouldn't even say no. She would give these weird roundabout circle answers where it's just like, and I would just tell her, just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. I do not understand what this is. Just this or this. Yes or fucking no. And she did the same thing to me when I was in middle school trying to shave because, I wanted to learn to shave because I was super fucking hairy and already getting, bullied for my head hair not being perfectly perm straight because my hair didn't do that. And when I got frustrated, I just breathed a sigh of frustration. And she's like, see, that just shows me that you're not mature enough. You can't be patient enough to let me get the time to teach you. She wasn't doing anything at that point. So anyway, I'll get back into this in another point.